So we're 24 hours removed from one of the biggest nights in Impact Wrestling history at Bound for Glory 2, which was in episode number 6. This is episode number 7 now. And in a pre-show about decent wrestling, with actually Archangel, Brian Adams, and Astor Bird defeated Tiger Mouse, Taz, and the Steiner Brothers in 7:52, when Archangel defeated Taz by pinfall the Swanton Bomb. Scott Steiner 55, Rick Steiner 48, Taz 39, Tiger Mouse 60, Brian Adams 38, Archangel 43, Jay Seggs 42, Brian Knobs 44. Rick Steiner in performance and Archangel in performance of 54 months. We're in front of 1,819 people at the Ross Sports Centre in the New England, because we're trying to get up to cult size, and we're going to be doing that over the next year or so, I think. In the future bout, decent wrestling, but Heat Sabu defeated Dave Finlay in 7:53 by pinfall the triple moonsault. Sabu 52, Dave Finlay 44, no work appearance 52D+. In the pre-show bout, decent wrestling, but Heat Danny Collins, Dr. Wagner, Janek. I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'll have to do a Google Translate. Tessia Kawada defeated Al Fantasma, Al Panthera, and Chris Benoit in 8:24, and Dr. Wagner defeated Chris Benoit by Fender Wagner Driver. Benoit 43, Al Panthera 42, Ultraman Jr. 36, Al Fantasma 49, Tessia Kawada 60, Teneranio 57, Dr. Wagner 52, Danny Collins 44, Tessia Kawada in Rumble, and Janeki Terenio in Techno 56 C-. I'll just put his name in Google Translate and it will tell me what it is. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, but little heat, it should have been on the main card, but I forgot to put Kyle Karma into a match because of the TV title. Decent wrestling, but little heat, Kyle Karma defeated Kenta Kobashi in 8:30 by pinfall for the top rope splash. Kyle Karma makes turns number 1 of his Impact TV title. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Kenta Kobashi 59, Kyle Karma 31. Kyle Karma in performance of 54 C-. In a pre-show about decent wrestling, with Little Princess and Little Angel defeat Candy and Linda Dallas in 7:34. Little Angel defeat Linda Dallas by pinfall the Ocean Cream Bomb. Little Angel 58, Little Princess 42, Linda Dallas 43, Candy 39. Little Angel and Techno, Linda Dallas in Rumble 52D+. And then in the pre-show about Pro Wrestling, Little Heat, Sid Vicious, Terry Daniels and Tornado defeat Steve Blackman, Sunjo Takanara, and Sorry Vega in 8:06, when Tornado defeats Steve Blackman by pinfall. Sorry Vega 41, Shunjo Takanara 39, Steve Blackman 39, Tornado 40, Terry Daniels 18, and Sid Vicious 37. He is here on a one-night deal. Steve Blackman improving the performance of 40D-. And we open up the night with 68C+. Of course, not as good as what we're going to get with all my other companies I'm doing. WWF 1985 tomorrow. You've got Raw is Raw. We'll let the war begin. And you've also got, what's the other one? Mainstream Pro Wrestling with Hulk Hogan. So go and watch those. So Jim Cornette comes out in the ring and goes, ladies and gentlemen, last night live at Bound for Glory, my former world champion, probably won't. Okay. Last Sunday night, live at Bound for Glory, former world champion went in, attacked Bret Hart and joined the Hart Foundation. Now please welcome the Heartbreak Kid, as Jim Ross called him last night, Shawn Michaels. And he comes out to Sexy Boy. WWE would not have used it by now, by this point, because he hasn't been in WWE. So he's, using the theme song, which is going to become known for him in Impact Wrestling. And Shawn comes out and he goes, you know what? You want to know why? I'll tell you why. I leave for Greenfield on the Whittendale. Now that they went under, Jesse bought them and fired me from the company, leaving me with no income. So this man came to me with an offer and taps Jim on the back. So he can get me back in Impact. I signed to the House of Cornet, and that's what I did. When I found out you replaced me with this dude Bret Hart, and he's got my title, that's when I attacked him. That's why. So he can shut up chanting for Bret, because he's not coming. He's too scared. I'm not coming. Yes, I am. I've heard enough of you. You left. I was not replacing you. I was becoming the new flag bearer. You want your title? Destination X. You can get a shot at me and my title. He's not been your title since you walked out in November. And basically, Shawn looks pissed off. Jim Cornette jumps up on the apron, whacks him Bret Hart, distracts Bret Hart after hitting him with the tennis racket or whatever he has. And then, Shawn just turns around and screeching music, and they walk off laughing. But your main event for the pay-per-view, live on pay-per-view, it is going to be Shawn Michaels taking on Bret the Hitman Hart for that Impact World title, live on pay-per-view. You see, the problem is we're expanding the company so we can get to Court, but we're not going to have very popular wrestlers. I mean, we're going to be building them. So as you can see, he's only a 40 popularity compared to some of the other guys, but he's got the skills. So we'll see how it works. have not picked episode twice. We've already got it booked. Awesome. 66, 68 C+, and we're going to open up the night with John Tent, who should have already, this would have been meant to be the pre-show. In a decent match, John Tent defeated weak IQ Shy in 742 by pin for the Earthquake Splash after Jim Cornet interfered. He makes defense number 1 if he's impacting control. Weak IQ Shy 62, John Tent 43, John Tent in Techno 59C-. In a decent match, Scott Hall and Doink the Clown defeated Drew with Ted DiBiase and Vader in 7:59 following a double countout. Doink the Clown's weak link, Doink 45, Scott Hall 61, Vader 60, Ted DiBiase 60. Vader in Techno. Now, I will be booking these matches for Destination X because they're all a part of the storyline. These new storylines we're doing because, of course, last night was the end of the Koi storylines, which means we get to change. So we're going to have Vader versus John Tent. That's going to be happening, and then why have I've got John Tent on my mind. Let's ignore that. It's going to be Vader taking on Doink the Clown. Let's get that exactly right. So Vader versus Doink the Clown. There we go. That's better. And then you're going to have Ted DiBiase taking on Scott Hall, which is one of the storylines I wanted to do anyway, because it's going to be like the future versus the modern, the future versus the modern era in a way. Because he's only 34, so he's got many years left yet. But yeah, that's sorted. There's 2 of the matches, 63C. And then we have Arnold back, and he goes, I came here for change, and what have I got? What have I got? All these Mexican britches. Now, I don't mind, but there's one who's an absolutely asshole. LA Park, you're a son of a bitch. And when I get my hands on you, I'm going to show you a real fight. You don't need to hide your face to be a star. Look at me. And it's going to be soon when I take him down. So yeah, LA Parker is on the radar of Arn Anderson. For some reason, I went with that because I felt like LA Park has done quite well for the company and been the storyline for 71C+, so he's going to be in the main event storyline. In about that, decent wrestling with Machi. Winning combination defeat the Killer Bees in 809 with Bob Holly defeat Jim Burnsville by pin for the flying leg drop. Jim Burnsville 57, Brian Bear 51, Bob Holly 46, Jeff Jarrett 51. Jeff Jarrett's getting Bear's gimmick. Jeff and Bob Holly showed their chemistry team together, 56C-, hence why they're still the tag team. Now, I've decided that because of the amount of people we're getting in the House Cornet, we can't have everyone on screen with Jim Cornet at the time, but Jim Cornet does appear quite a few times during the show. I think this should be called Jim Cornet's TV show instead of Impact Wrestler. Anyway, sorry, just on a quick drink. So I've been told that my boys have got a match at Destination X. First, my tag team champions were facing Brian Bear and Jim Burnsville, the Killer Bees. That's fine. This is place is about competition now. My boys have continued doing what they've done since joining Impact and ruling the tag team division. So if you remember, the House Cornet really started when we put in that tag team division and we brought him in. And since then, they've kind of rocketed ship throughout the company because I liked the idea so much that now I've made it such a force to be reckoned with that everybody is more or less a part of the company, the group. He's in a storyline at the moment. I think you got Shawn Michaels, you got Jim Cornette, John. The only two titles in this company at the moment are not held by the House Cornet, and that's the World and the In Knockouts, which I'll be fixing probably. Now, Blue Demon Jr., you want a chance to face the Demon in a match. I managed to give you this opportunity while you're going down too, because we're the House of Cornet and we're growing just that little bit stronger. So yeah, this is our version of so this is probably a really hot storyline at the time. It's probably very popular with fans. You know, we're not gonna suck it to the point where it's dry. We're gonna keep the storyline fresh, so everything keeps changing. But it's Blue Demon Jr. versus the Demon, 67C+. In about that, decent wrestling number cheap, Dangerous Queen, Luna and Dynamite Girl defeated Bull, Lioness and Americana in 804 when Luna defeated Lioness by a pin for the Lunar Eclipse. Americana 37, Lioness 55, Bull 57, Dynamite Girl 41, Luna 47 and Dangerous Queen 59. Luna and Techno and Americana improved in form, so 52D+. Then Pillman's band goes, Sting, you think you're cool? So cool, you think you're awesome. Don't make me laugh. Now, I'm only out a straight jacket for my match because I am crazy and I'm coming for you. And I'm going to remove the Sting out of the Stinger because I'm the best wrestler in Impact. So yeah, whenever he does a promo, just whenever you see Brian Pillman do a promo, just picture him in a straight jacket. But it's going to be Pillman versus Sting, and that will be live at Destination X as well. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated the Superflies in 732 and Ricky Morton defeated Jimmy Ocean by pin of the double dropkick. Robert Gibson 56, Ricky Morton 57, Jimmy Ocean 33, Ricky Knight 37, Jimmy Ocean in performance of 52D+. In a good match, The Undertaker defeated Truly Blanchard in 825 by pin of the Tombstone. The Undertaker 51, Truly Blanchard 74. Shirley Blanchard and Undertaker both improving in performance, which is nice, 71C+. And then Davey Boy comes out and he goes, now Undertaker, people might be scared of you, but I'm not. Not as much as the rest of the roster. Impact Wrestling is a new force and it's growing, and it's people like you that turn heads to this company. But Destination X is going to be me versus you, and this time I'll be taking down the Undead. Destination X is looking like an amazing show. Could you imagine if this was a real life, this wasn't on a booking game and it was real? This sort of thing actually happened. Richard Ventura partied and started his own company and freaking shot through the roster. Then Jim's in the back and he finds Luna and goes, Luna, glad I found you. There's a place for you in the house cornet if you want it. Then want it. If you want. With that, I hope you get the Knockouts title. And he puts his hand out and she shakes it, confirming she is the first woman with the House of Cornet. 67C+. Need to make a mental note of that. Danny Collins gimmick, Trilly and Pillman good to go after BFG. Yeah, I'll change that entirely. Danny Collins gimmick. I don't know if I did that, but I must have done. Luna, Jim, House. So yeah, our first ever woman in the House of Cornet, my friend, is Luna Von, or Luna as we call her. Welcome to the House of Cornet. That's a part of the storyline, as I said. In a poor match, Blue Demon Jr. and the Force Snakes defeat the House of Cornet when Mr. Allowed defeat Damien 666 by pinfall. Tarocco 45, Damien 666-44, the Demon 48, Blue Demon Jr. 41, Mr. Allowed 31, and Terry Gibbs 34. No work improvements. The Demon and Jim Cornette have excellent chemistry together. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Impact X Division has advanced the storyline but lost heat, and so has the other one. 50D+, can't complain. And Jerry's back and he goes, look, Trilly Blanchard, listen to me. You think you're so good. You think you're the best in the company. You've come and face the King Jerry Lawler and prove yourself. The offer's there for next week, live on Impact Wrestling. Oh, yes. I'm going to start booking matches for next week on Impact. Next week's main event will be two of our most popular wrestlers, as you'll see. As the King Jerry Lawler, who also works for a few other companies, will be facing our other big popular star, Trilly Blanchard, in one-on-one action, which is a part of their storyline feud. 70C+. In a bout of decent wrestling, but on my cheat, Juice von der Liger, the Great Muta and Sting defeat Brian Pillman, Owen Hart, and Eddie Guerrero in 7:52 when Sting defeated Brian Pillman by pinfall. Sting 51, Great Muta 62, Juice von der Liger 55, Eddie Guerrero 52, Owen Hart 64, Pillman 65. No work improvements. Now this is also going to be building up to a couple of more matches, which are not storyline matches, they're just matches I wanted to do for the pay-per-view. So the first one will be Owen Hart taking on... Is he in the main event? No, he's mid-card, isn't he? Yeah. So Owen Hart will be facing Juice von der Liger. The Great Muta will be taking on Eddie Guerrero. I'm really happy. This is one of the ones I actually do enjoy booking because unlike the other companies like WWF and stuff and 1985 and stuff, you got to kind of stick to canon as well as not canon. So I have got the Undertaker and all that in a big group already in the WWF 1985 series. But I like with some of the series you've got, I'm not sticking to canon, but with this I can kind of have a bit more fun with it. 62C. And also I'm trying to get to the big one. In the next sexual match, Bret Hart defeated Arn Anderson in 7:35 by pinfall after distraction from Eddie Park. Arn Anderson 73, Bret Hart 74, no work for 73B-. Your main event tonight, Shawn Michaels taking on Davey Boy Smith. In about that good heat and decent wrestling, Shawn Michaels defeated Davey Boy Smith in 1957 by pinfall the Sweet Chin Music. Davey Boy 53, Shawn Michaels 59. No, Shawn Michaels improved in performance, which is good. And next week, also on TV, your main event will be a tag team match main event for next week on TV. It will feature Bret Hart. He will be tagging with not Truly, not Jim. Is he in here? Sting. Yeah, there you go. And then it'll be Brian Pillman and Shawn Michaels. Because I know that will be quite a good main event. / main event of Impact Wrestling next week. 62C, not bad. And then we got our post show. In a decent post show match, Lex Luger, Conan, Jim Nadine Hart, Jerry Lawler, and Shane Douglas defeated Roy Brookside, Norman Smiley, Ali Parker, Black Warrior, and Al Snow in 15-12, and Lex Luger defeated Black Warrior by pinfall. Al Snow 48, Black Warrior 45, Ali Parker 41, Norman Smiley 34, Roy Brookside 43, Shane Douglas 47. Jerry Lawler 81, Jim Nadine Hart 69, Conan 46, and Lex Luger 65. Norman Smiley in Technical, Conan in Technical Performance, and Jim Nadine Hart in Rumble. That's where we end this week's edition of Impact Wrestling. Another good one for I'm quite proud of that. Conan disabled a new spot. We've got great heal heat. Your psychology will be able to use this to go to spot in the future. Awesome, Conan. 65C, increase our popularity in all 23 regions where we're shown to. I cannot complain with 65C. That's going to help us get to cult and be able to attract more bigger names to the company. But I don't think we need to do that with the names like Bret Hart and stuff. I think that match kind of just dropped the rating a bit. But we'll see you guys live again next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling. Welcome back. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? We're back with Impact Wrestling number 2. 3,486 people at the first arena. We're in a decent pre-show match. The Killer Bees defeat winning combination some Fiat when Brian Bair defeat Jeff Jarrett by pin with the Bee Stinger. Jim Burnsville 57, Brian Bair 53, Bob Holly 53, Jeff Jarrett 56, Nowhere Pro 60C. Nice. In a pre-show battle, I had decent wrestling member Cheat, Sabu, Al Phantasma, Ultraman Jr., Al Panther, and Chris Benoit defeated Dr. Wagner, Eddie Guerrero, Sid Vicious, Owen Hart, and The Undertaker in 8-10, and Sabu defeated Dr. Wagner by pin from the triple moonsault. In terms of ring, Owen Hart was then Charles over nuts, Benoit 60, Al Panther 43, Ultraman Jr. 36, Al Phantasma 51, Sabu 54, Undertaker 55, Owen Hart 72, Sid Vicious 37, Eddie Guerrero 56, Dr. Wagner 52. Now, at Destination X, I will be announcing this match. Because this match is on the posters all around the area, so I better announce it now. Owen Hart will be facing... Where? Oh, is he a mid-carder? Chris Benoit, if I could find him. Oh, yeah. He's a Richmond. Jeez. Right, anyway, Chris Benoit is going to be heading towards a major issue of a push because he's in Richmond talent 61C. So expect that to start happening. In the pre-show bad, decent wrestling on a cheat, Conan, Brian Adams, and Danny Boy Collins defeated Black Warrior, Blue Demon Jr. and Al Snow in 8:70 when Conan defeated Al Snow. Al Snow 51, Blue Demon Jr. 46, Black Warrior 43, Danny Collins 48, Brian Adams 34, Conan 45. Conan is improving Rumble, techno, and performance. Well done, Conan. The rest of you, do what he's doing. 50D plus. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling, but I didn't have much heat. Candy, Dangerous Queen, Dynamite Girl, Linda Dallas defeated Little Princess, Little Angel, Bull, and Americana in 7-3, when Candy defeated Little Angel by pin with the Candy Drop. Americana 39, Bull 58, Little Angel 60, Little Princess 44, Linda Dallas 43, Dynamite Girl 41, Dangerous Queen 61, Candy 42. Linda Dallas improving in performance, 57C-. In a pre-show battle, decent wrestling retreat, Steve Blackman, Juice Thunder Liger, Roy Brookside and Sylvia Vega defeat Generic Caturnio, Dave Finney, Archangel and Balls Mahone. I forgot to put his name through the Google Translate, I'll do that later. Sylvia Vega 43, Roy Brookside 44, Juice Thunder Liger 57, Steve Blackman 42, Balls Mahone 24, Archangel 45, Dave Finney 49, Generic Caturnio 60. He's here for one night deal because of the injury to Kendo Nakasaki, so we've got one heel down for the next couple of months. 55C-. And then in the decent pre-show match, the Nasty Boys defeated Rock and Roll Express in 8-11 when Brian Knobbs defeated Ricky Morton by pin for the double DDT. Robert Gibson 56, Ricky Morton 61, Jerry Sykes 43, Brian Knobbs 47. Jerry Sykes in performance 58C-. And we open up with a 75B-. Once again, tonight we welcome a new member of the house to the house. My friends, this is Luna. You see, Impact Wrestling is going, and tonight is no different. The house is so big I asked them to stay in the back. Jesse, you want to sit there and talk crap about your biggest draw and best merchandise seller? Fine. Tonight there won't be an action. Tonight we're leaving. Every single one of us is going home. With the titles as well. Now, for your information, Ken Nagasaki will be back. And when he does, he's going to be destroying people like he was before. So goodbye, and enjoy the show without us. Now, Mr. T's music hits and goes, not so fast, sucker. You think you're going to quit? You think you're all going home? No. Sean's got a match tonight, and if he leaves, he'll not get his title match in 3 weeks. Now, the rest of you, the rest of your house, all their titles on the line tonight. So get them ready. And then Jim goes, I've had it with the men, with you, the man you kiss ass, Jess Venture. This is why nobody likes you, and they will fight and show you why we're on top. So X Division, the Knockouts and World. Mr. T and Booker and Jim Cornet clearly enjoyed not having the script. Luna's improving in acting and better performance, and so is Tarocco, which is what we want. Yeah, that's the idea of putting them together. So the 5B-, we pick the 3 best. In the battle of decent wrestling of retreat, Cole Karma defeated Kai Kush in 8:13 by pin with the top rope splash. He makes defense number 2 of his Impact TV title after a break. With Kai Kush 63, Cole Karma 31. No work improvements, 56C-. Nice. In above that decent wrestling reach, Luna defeated Lioness in 7:42 by pins of the Lunar Eclipse. Jim Cornet did good work at ringside, and now Seth Mercon is pretty weak. Luna 48, Lioness 57, no work for Prince 57 C minus. And his Sting's about to go, so this man wants to take away my Sting, does he? Well, awesome. Now he's pissed me off, and at Destination X there'll be no surprises. It's going to be me kicking his ass live on pay-per-view. 51D plus. Have I put that in? I mean, the only match we haven't booked in for the show is Joey Lawler versus Truly Blanchard. In a poor match, John Tent defeated Tiger Mask in 7:39 by pin of the Earthquake Splash. John Tent makes defense number 2 of his Impact Intercontinental title. Tiger Mask 49, John Tent 31. John Tent and technology don't click, so that was the idea of that 46D. Right, ignore that. And then Paul's in the back and he goes, "Oh no, Davey boy, you said you're not scared as the other. You're not as scared as the others? Oh no." Davey boy, the last person to say that has not been seen in months. Oh yes, Mick Foley has been gone for ages. But he's coming back. Oh yes, more crazy. He's coming back to join us. In 3 weeks live, it's going to be Undertaker versus Davey Boy Smith. And oh no, that Undead Warrior will take you down, Davey Boy. Oh yes. 49D plus from Paul Bear and Undertaker in the back. In about that decent wrestling retreat, the Demon defeated Taz in 8:06 by pin for the Sky Twister press. The Demon makes defense number 8 of his Impact X Division title. Taz 40, the Demon 46, no work of limits. A 48D plus, beautiful. And LA Park's in the back, and he's gonna. This is kind of written out as a shoot. If that makes any sense at all, it's like a shoot promo. Shut up, phone. LA Park, turning point 1987. I make my debut in America on Impact. Now, I wanted to work Mexico scene, but nobody would employ me. So Jesse gave me an opportunity, and I ran with them. And as I've been here longer, and I've been one of the ground men who have made this great place what it is now. You want to attack me? I might have used a name from the past, but that's with his permission. This wrestling it's all an act, and what I'm going to do to you in 3 weeks won't be. I'm going to kick your ass so hard and show you why I was brought to Impact. Not just for me, but for my fans too. LA Park, the Skeleton Warrior, will rise. So that's his kind of like LA Park, the Skeleton Warrior. He's known as Bellow Sexy, but he was the future LA Park, so we used it. In above a decent wrestling retreat, Tornado, Shane Douglas and Tetsuya Kawada defeated Norman Smiley, Kenta Kobashi and Shunjiro Takanara in 7:35 when Tornado defeated Norman Smiley by pinfall. Tetsuya Kawada 60, Shane Douglas 50, Tornado 43, Shunjiro Takanara 41, Kenta Kobashi 57 and Norman Smiley 36. Smiley in performance and Shunjiro Takanara in technical 54C-. Not bad. And then Scott Hall's in the back, and he's been interviewed by Tornado when it's meant to be Tony Schiavone. Don't know what's going on there. You want to target me, Ted? That's fine. You see, we are the future of this business, and whether it will be here in Impact and other companies, I will be a star. You see, Ted, you don't scare me. I'm going to come for you, and I'm going to kick your ass. You see, it's Destination X. And it's Destination X for the saying X marks the spot. And if I beat you, I might get a title shot. As someone, because here, you need to prove yourself. 54C-. I fricked that one up. In a decent match, Nightmare Lords defeated the Steiner Brothers. Defeated the Steiner Brothers in 8:08 when Damien 666 defeated Rick Steiner by pin with the powerbomb. Nightmare Lords make defense number 9 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Scott Steiner 57, Rick Steiner 48, Tarako 52. Damien 666 48. No work. Rick Steiner improving the performance. 50-60-. Not bad. And then afterwards, the Nightmare Lords celebrating the victory, and the Killer Bees wouldn't attack them, beating them down to the mat. 41D. In a poor match, the Force of Natures defeated the Superflies in 8:26 when Mr. Uala defeated Jimmy Ocean by pinfall. Mr. Uala 30, Terry Gates 39, Jimmy Ocean 36, Ricky Knight 37. Mr. Uala in flying a 39D-. And then Vader's around and he goes, I've had it with this stupid shit in Impact Wrestling. Why is there a clown running around this place like it's a normal thing? I've had it with this crap, and in 3 weeks live, I'm going to send Doink back to the circus where he belongs. I think we've got that one booked, haven't we? Vader versus Doink. Yep, Doink the Clown versus Vader. 48D+. Vader will get better. It takes time. 62C, nice. In about that good wrestling, a decent special card, Doink the Clown, Ali Park, Scott Hall, Davey Boy Smith, and the Great Muta defeat Vader, Ted DiBiase, Lex Luger, Jim Nadine, Arn Anderson in 7:56 when Davey Boy defeated Vader by pin of the running power slam. Arn Anderson 73, Jim Nadine Hart 70, Lex Luger 62, Ted DiBiase 74, Vader 58, The Great Muta 62, Davey Boy 55, Scott Hall 67, Ellie Park 42, and Doink the Clown 47. No Welcome 62C, not bad. In an exceptional match, Trudy Blanchard defeated Jerry Lawler in 742 when Jerry Lawler internationally got counted out. Jerry Lawler 81, Trudy Blanchard 73. Truly improved in performance. And at Destination X, it will be a Falls Count Anywhere regular, because that's what we're going to do. So Jerry Lawler cannot get himself counted out when he faces Jerry Lee Blanchard at Destination X in 3 weeks. 73B minus, all makes sense. And into our main event of the night is Sting, Bret Hart, and Bret Hart will take on Shawn Michaels and Brian Pillman. He gets the 65C in a good match. Brian Pillman and Shawn Michaels will beat Sting and Bret Hart in 2023, and Brian Pillman defeated Bret Hart by pinfall flying corkscrew crossbody. Bret Hart 68, Sting 50, Shawn Michaels 56, Brian Pillman 75. Shawn Michaels in performance, the Impact World Storyline advance segment, and so is Heath Moore Undertaker storyline advance and gained heat. He's more mad than the Undertaker because Brian Pillman. And that's where we're going to end tonight's show. Anything above, 65C. There we go, increased our popularity in 23 regions, my friends. We're going to continue this rise, and we'll see you guys next week from New England, where once again Impact Wrestling is going to continue trying to build our popularity. We'll see you live again next week. Shivaji Ventura has got a promo tonight as he makes an announcement for the future of Impact Wrestling. 2,000 people tonight in the Burlington Auditorium in the New England area. As I said, we are trying to get to courtside, so that's the best place to go. In a push about decent wrestling, a little heat, Archangel, Danny Collins, and Dave Finlay defeated El Phantasma, Ultraman Jr. and El Panther. In 738, when Archangel defeated El Phantasma by pin with the Swanton Bomb. El Panther 40, Ultraman Jr. 36, El Phantasma 47. Dave Finlay 45, Danny Collins 46, and Archangel 43. No Work Prince 48D+. In a poor pre-show match, Nasty Boys defeated Force of Nature in 753 when Jay Sags defeated Terry Gibbs by pin with the double DDT. Mystery LR 39, Terry Gibbs 33, Jay Sags 41, Brian Knobs 46. No Work Prince 43D. In a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling defeat, Tiger Mask, Taz, and Kenta Kobashi defeated Kyle Palmer, John Tent, and Conan in 747. Tiger Mask defeated Kyle Palmer by pin with the Tiger Driver. Kenta Kobashi 57, Taz 40, Tiger Mask 60, Conan 44, John Tent 48, Kyle Palmer 32. He didn't beat Conan. Tiger Mask and Rumble, Conan in Techno, and John Tent in Techno. He beat Conan, not Kyle Palmer. 55C minus, not bad. In a pre-show bout, surprise and all heat, Robbie Brookside defeated One Night Only Guy. On the deal, defeat Terry Daniels in 824 by pin the penalty kick. Terry Daniels 25, Robbie Brookside 38. No work improvements. Terry Daniels in Rumble 360 minus. No improvements for my guy. In a pre-show about a decent wrestling below here, Al Snow and Juice von der Liger defeat Brian Adams and Dr. Wagner in 752, and Juice von der Liger defeat Brian Adams by pin with the Liger Bomb. Juice von der Liger 61, Al Snow 53, Dr. Wagner 51, Brian Adams 32. Dr. Wagner in performance. Al Snow and Juice von der Liger experimenting teaming together. Notes. Liger and Al Snow, because I'm looking to expand the tag team division, so there's another team. 57C minus, not bad. And then in a pre-show bout that, and then we've got our heel team already. In a pre-show bout, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. Shane Douglas and Tetsuya Kawada defeated Sammy Vega and Steve Blackman in 736, when Tetsuya Kawada defeated Sammy Vega by pin for the backdrop driver. Shane Douglas Gomez Tetsuya Kawada sustained a dislocated jaw. Shane Douglas and Tetsuya Kawada had a great chemistry team together. Steve Blackman 41, Sammy Vega 43, Tetsuya Kawada 65, and Shane Douglas 52. No workarounds, and we have got our brand new team. So Tetsuya Kawada and Shane Douglas. So you've got your heel and you've got your face team. That way it works out. Yeah, Shane Douglas and Tetsuya Kawada with Jason von der Liger and Al Snow. Two good teams. 60C plus, not bad. Yes, thank you for telling me that. And we open up the night straight into wrestling action. In above a decent wrestling below heat, Yoshi defeated Norman Smiley in 555 by pin with a powerbomb. Yoshi 60, Norman Smiley 37. I did Google Translate how to say his name properly, but I couldn't be bothered to say it like that because it seemed a bit complicated and I'd forget. I've only just kindly learned how to say Masahiro Chono properly. He was on the show tonight. Powerbomb. 55C minus, not a bad way to open up the night. We got 65C. Now, I haven't been able to finish this angle, so you'll have to bear with me, and I'll add the bits on at the end when we get to it. So Sean Cornet goes, now I came out here tonight on Impact without Jim for one reason. Because I can take down Bret Hart on my own. You know something, every week his dad watches the show and realises every week that his son will never be as good as him. Now Masahiro Chono has arrived in Impact, and he's a part of the house. You see, Brett, everybody's coming to the house, and so why don't you join and give me my belt? Because I tell you what, Stu is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. And he goes, when it comes out, he goes, really? You're going to do this? As far as I know, Sergeant Slaughter from AWA and WWF fame is here to take care of him. And you see, for every single one of you, there's one of us, and we'll take down the House of Cornet. In 3 weeks, on pay-per-view, you're going to get to see the greatest main event, as I, Bret Hart, take on Shawn Michaels for this title. Shawn goes, tonight, you're putting that title line against Masahiro Chono, and if he wins, I'll be holding the belt. Because in the House of Cornet, we help each other, and this time, and it's time for you to see that. And then as he says that, Masahiro Chono, John Tent and Cole Karma hit the ring, attack Bret Hart, but then Sergeant Slaughter, Rikai Kushi and Chris Benoit hit the ring to save the day. Now, that is all a part of Destination X. This match will no longer be happening because Chris Benoit is going to be taking on Cole Karma for that championship bout that Cole Karma holds. I think Cole Karma's the TV champion, isn't he? Or is he the Intercontinental? He should be the Intercontinental. No, he is the TV champion. So Chris Benoit will be getting a shot at that title. Cole Karma versus Chris Benoit is happening. Rikai Kushi will be taking on John Tent for the TV title. John Tenter and Rikai Kushi will be facing. He is in action on the main show tonight as well, so well done to Rikai Kushi, who has not only got himself on TV, but got himself into a nice angle. And then, of course, Sergeant Slaughter versus Masahiro Chono, who has just debuted. It will be Sergeant Slaughter versus Masahiro Chono live on pay-per-view from New Japan fame. Of course, the women's match will no longer be happening. So get rid of we'll find out in a bit what's going on with that. Masahiro Chono debuted badass, average, armed forces very good, nice quality in the colour commentary. Impact with storylines for the segment and Sergeant Slaughter versus Chono started with the segment. No work for 65C. They're not storylines, they're just people I wanted to throw into an angle to get some matches set up for the pay-per-view. In about that decent wrestling, but then actually the Superflies in defeat, the Steiner brothers defeated the Superflies in 8:28 when Rick Steiner defeated Ricky Knight by pin of the Flying Bulldog. Jimmy Ocean 35, Ricky Knight 38, Rick Scott Steiner 57, Rick Steiner 47. Rick Steiner in performance of 53C-. In about that decent wrestling, but then having a little heat, Chris Benoit defeated Sid Vicious in 8:19 by submission. Benoit 57, Sid Vicious 37, no work for 54C-. Then we see Mr. T in the back and he goes, now, after what happened at the top of the show, the world title match is not happening as Impact Wrestling had no clue of it until Shawn opened his mouth. Now, the main event will be a six-man tag team match, six-man tag action match. Bret Hart, Team Bret Hart, Sergeant Slaughter and Sting versus Team Shawn, Brian Pillman, Masahiro Chono and of course Shawn Michaels. I've had it with the House of Cornet running the company. That's my job, sucker. 73 minus from Mr. T, not bad. In about that decent wrestling, when Rikai Kushi defeated Tornado in 8-3 by pinfall. Tornado 42, Rikai Kushi 62, no opposed 58C-. We see Vader walking down a corridor, then Doink the Clown jumps out from behind a box and pies him in the face. Then runs down the corridor laughing as Vader looks very pissed off at 47D. Then we see Trudy Blanchard and 78B, not bad from Trudy, and he stood there and he goes, so Impact Wrestling is changing again. But first of all, me and Jerry Lawler. And he wants a match, I give him the match. You see, my respect for you is gone after you got yourself counted out. Now, Destination X, there'll be no rules, and it'll be fourth count anywhere. And this is the battle you wanted, and you've got it. Nice. And then in a decent match, Doink the Clown, the Great Moon, Dave Boy Smith defeated Vader, Owen Hart and The Undertaker 7.4, and Doink the Clown defeated Vader by pinfall for the Northern Exposure. Dave Boy 52, the Great Moon to 62, Doink the Clown 45, The Undertaker 53, Owen Hart 65, Vader 57. Undertaker performance, Vader in taking on the Great Muta in Rumble. I need to change Doink the Clown's finishes, so it's actually the Whoopee Cushion or whatever it was called. 59C-. Then Jesse steps in the ring with another 79B. We're doing quite well for in-ring promos this week. For every year, Impact has brought you some of the best action from all over the world. The problem we have is there's too many people in the back for you guys to enjoy. From this week, the knockouts are gone, and I will be releasing some wrestlers. I know this is a shot, but this is for the future of Impact Wrestling to make the best company for you, the fans. I don't think any wrestler is going to be released, to be honest. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated Ring Combination 8-7 when Robert Gibson defeated Bob Holly by pin of the double drop kick. Robert Gibson 58, Ricky Morton 59, Bob Holly 46, Jeff Jarrett 53, Jarrett and Rumble 59C. In a decent match, Blue Demon Jr. and the Killer Bees defeat the House Cornet, Damien 66, Turok, and the Demon. In 7:52, and Blue Demon Jr. defeat Turocco by pin of the Ace Crusher. The Demon 49, Turocco 49, Damien 66, 46, Jim Burns all 53, Brian Bear 50, Blue Demon 42. Of course, Jim Cornet did good luck ringside. Turocco in performance of 54C-, not bad. David Boys and back and go, you can try and scare me, Undertaker, but it won't work. You see, the British Bulldog, I am the British Bulldog, and I'm going to show you why I'm one of the biggest stars in Impact Wrestling, for one of the best. Don't get me wrong, you made people aware of Impact Wrestling, and at Destination X, we will do it all again. 50D+, not bad. Ted DiBiase and Scott Hall have a heated conversation, and eventually come to blows. Security swarm the ring, splitting them up before they can hurt each other. 50D+. In a decent match, LA Park and Black Warrior defeat Eddie Guerrero and Arn Anderson. In 7:52, and LA Park defeat Eddie Guerrero by pin of the Sky Twister Press. Arn Anderson carried the match. Arn 77, Eddie Guerrero 53, Black Warrior 50, LA Park 44. Black Warrior in performance of 66C+. Not bad. In a battle of great wrestling, a decent match of card, Ted DiBiase, Lex Luger, Jim Nadine, and Jerry Lawler defeated Scott Hall, Truly Banch, Sunjay Takanara, and Sabu in 7:40. And Jerry Lawler defeated Shanghai Takanara by pin of the Pile Driver. Jerry Lawler 79, Jim Nadine 68, Lex Luger 65, Ted DiBiase 74. Sabu 50, Sunjay Takanara 42, Truly Banch 73, and Scott Hall 66. No work in 72B-. Then we have our main event of the night is Sergeant Slaughter, Sting, and Bret Hart taking Shawn Michaels, Brian Pillman, and Masahiro Chono. No work appearance. 63C in a good match, the House of Cornet, Masahiro Chono, Shawn Michaels, Brian Pillman. Welcome to the group. Because I'm getting rid of the Knockouts division, Brian Pillman's joined the House of Cornet to replace Luna, because I want 10 people in there, and we've now got it with Masahiro Chono. Defeated Sting, Sergeant Slaughter, and Bret Hart in 2016 when Masahiro Chono defeated Sting by pinfall. Sting was the weak link, that's fine. Bret Hart 72, Sergeant Slaughter 66, Sting 44, Brian Pillman 57, Shawn Michaels 72, Masahiro Chono 68. I'm going to sort Sting out as well to make him... Sting improving in Technical 63C. We end the show there tonight with a 66C+, increased our popularity in 23 regions. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you for the Go Home show next week from New England, and then Destination X will be live the week on Sunday night. We'll see you next week for another edition of Impact Wrestling. Welcome back. 3,975 people at the Selmangala Stadium. And in appreciation of a decent wrestling, I'm going to Tony Collins, Dave Finlay, Dr. Wagner, and Eddie Guerrero defeat Taz, Sabu, El Phantasma, and El Panthera. In 7:52, and Eddie Guerrero defeat El Phantasma by pin of the Frog Splash. El Panthera 46, El Phantasma 51, Sabu 52, Taz 43, Eddie Guerrero 56, Dr. Wagner 54, Dave Finlay 51, Danny Collins 50. Eddie Guerrero in performance and Rumble 55C-. In a decent pre-show match, Nasty Boys defeat the Rock and Roll Express and at 6, and Jerry Sags defeat Robbie Gibson by pin of the double DDT. Jerry Sags 46, Brian Knowles 47, Robert Gibson 55, Ricky Morton 59. Brian Knowles in flying and 52D+. In a decent pre-show match, Norman Smiley defeated The Undertaker in 8:24 by pinfall. Norman Smiley 37, Undertaker 54, Undertaker in performance 51D+. In a decent pre-show match, Brian Pillman and Tornado defeat LA Parker and Kenta Kobashi in 8:87 when Tornado defeated Kenta Kobashi by pinfall. Kenta Kobashi 56, LA Park 44, Tornado 44, Brian Pillman 80. Nowhere Quiz 67C+. In a pre-show battle, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Sunjay Takanara defeated Mr. Wrestling 2 in 7:50 by pivotal missile dropkick. Sunjay Takanara 38, Mr. Wrestling 2 40, no work appearance 42D. In a decent pre-show match, Sting defeated Sid Vicious in 7:52 by pinfall. Sting 64, Sid Vicious 37, Sid Vicious in performance of 60C. 75B9. Right guys, I'm sorry for the fans. For not going to the ring and doing this in the ring. But here I have security surrounding me because of the House of Cornet sneak attacking me. You see, in 48 hours, Impact Wrestling goes live. And it's going to be Destination X. And this company's been making waves. You see, the problem I have, Jesse, is getting rid of the Knockouts division. You see, the problem I have, Jesse, get rid of the Knockouts division is fine. But I need to return with the title. Because if I don't, the House of Cornet has the monopoly. And you guys, shut up. You know, Jim Cornet's being held off by the commentators. He stood there and he's like, shut up, Brett. It's Sunday night. We will have hold of this company, Brett, and when we do, this won't be Impact Wrestling, this will be the House of Cornet. You see, Brett, you underestimate my man Shawn Michaels, and at Destination tonight is going to kick your ass and leave Impact World Champion. We are the House of Cornet. Join us. So, Brett, I enjoyed going off the script, and so did Jim Cornette. 75B minus. Awesome. Then I know he's obviously on the way to the ring with these guys. In a decent match, Blue Demon Jr., Brian Blair, Jim Burns, or Chris Benoit and Rikai Kushi defeat the House Cornet. And you can see which one's there. Kyle Kramer, John Tent, Damien, Toreko, and the Demon. When Chris Benoit defeated Kyle Kramer by submission, the Demon 40, Toreko 49, Damien 666 49, John Tent 41, Kyle Kramer 32, Rikai Kushi 63, Chris Benoit 60, Jim Burns 56, Brian Blair 53, and Blue Demon 49. John Tent in Technical and Toroko in Rumble of 57C-. In a battle, had great wrestling and a good heat. Lex Luger defeated Scott Hall in 8:06 by pinfall after stretch from Ted DiBiase. Lex Luger 64, Scott Hall 71. No work for 73B-. Then we see Paul Bear in the back and he goes, "Oh no! This Sunday Night Live we take down the man known as David Boy. Oh yes! On pay-per-view. Do you see the difference between Impact and the rest of the wrestling? And the rest of the wrestling world? The Undertaker, there's only one company to have a dead man like him. Oh yes! It's true, it's time people saw how he has come. In 2 days, the Destination X Bog Dog will go down, and the undead will rise when my Undertaker wins. Oh yes! 55C-. In a decent match, the Young Stallions debut, defeating the Superflies in 8:09 when Jim Powers defeated Ricky Knight by pinfall with a double dropkick of 47D. Paul Main, Teen Idol, average. Jim Powers, Teen Idol, awful. Jimmy Ocean 37, Ricky Knight 36, Jim Powers 47, Paul Ramone 49. No work for it, 47D. Vader attacks Doink backstage and leads him down and out. 29E. Ooh. We need to work with these guys. Anyway, I'll answer the back and he goes, "Let me tell you something, Alley Park. You think because you beat Eddie Guerrero you're going to beat me this weekend? No, you won't. You see, Alley Park, I am the enforcer and I am the enforcer of pain. And this Sunday night, I'm not going to let you do anything. I'm going to beat your little ass down." 24B-. And then Jerry Lawler. "So you know why I got counted out? Because I could beat you. I do not want to embarrass you. See, this Sunday night, there's no rules. Just pin you. That means anything, anywhere can be used, and it will be used. This Sunday night will be a fight, and that will be blood and violence. This match will not be the faint of heart. I hope you are ready. Truly, Blanchard." Hope you're ready, Blanchard. That sounds better. 72B-. In a decent match, but did have cheat High and Mighty defeat winning combination of 747 when Juice from the Liger defeated Jeff Jarrett by pin for the Liger Bomb. Al Snow 56, Juice for the Liger 62, Bob Holly 57. Oh, great. Jeff Jarrett 56, no work for it. It's a swollen maritime elbow. Ow. Thank you. Hopefully you'll be working through that. In a battle of decent wrestling retreat, Roy Brookside, Steve Blackman and the Great Muta defeat Archangel Conan and Owen Hart in 746 when Steve Blackman defeated Conan by pinfall. Great Muta 63, Steve Blackman 42, Roy Brookside 44, Owen Hart 72, Conan 46 and Archangel 40. Conan in Technical Performance, a 63C. And then Sergeant Swords in the back and he goes, "Let me tell you something. I watched on the sidelines and I watched the great guys of Impact have to fight the House Cornet. I came here for a fight and ended up facing the man Masahiro Chono live Sunday night. It's time for the fight of your life, man. These fans know your power and straight, but at Destination X, I'll prove I have still got it." The 71C+. In an exceptional match, Bret Hart defeated Masahiro Chono in 746 by submission to Sharpshooter. Masahiro Chono 77, Bret Hart 74. No record in 75B-. And we see Teddy DiBiase and he goes, "I know you can hear me, Scott Hall. It's time for you to see the fight for what. It's time to see the fight for what it is. The end of you. You don't need the money. I don't need the money I get from Impact. I get more money from Impact. I've got more money than anybody in this world. And on Sunday, I'll show you how much better that makes me." It's meant to say you. It's meant to say makes me. 62C. Not bad. In the back, right, so you've got to make sense of this. This is like one of Ali Park's friends, Black Warrior. He's the one who brought him in, got him a job here, and you know he's a friend of him, and he tagged up last week with him. And you know Arn Anderson's going to beat him up now to kind of hint at that rivalry. I should have put him on in commentary or something. But in a bad, very good wrestling and decent match crowd, Arn Anderson defeated Black Warrior in 739 by pinfall. Black Warrior 48, Arn Anderson 73, Black Warrior in performance, a 70C+. In a battle that had fantastic heat and great wrestling, Ted DiBiase defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 821 by pinfall following defense from Masahiro Chono. Ted DiBiase 68, Sergeant Slaughter 67, no work for 72B-. Kyle Kramer, John Tent and Shawn Michaels attack Bret Hart backstage and leave him down and out. Kyle Kramer's getting better at his gimmick. No work improvement. It's Impact Wood Storylines Fantasy segment. I should have put some bigger names in, but that's fine. In a battle at Duty Sylvester with the Machine, Vader and Acid Burn defeat Doink the Clown Steiner Brothers. In 738, when Tessia Kawada defeated Rick Steiner by pivot the backdrop driver. Scott Steiner 60, Rick Steiner 47, Doink the Clown 47, Vader 61, Tessia Kawada 60, Shane Douglas 50. Welcome back. 3,623 people at the Corey Hicks cage tonight in a bout. Pre-show had some Subpar Wrestling Little Heat. Steve Blackman defeated Terry Daniels in 14:31 by pivot the thrust kick. Steve Blackman 43, Terry Daniels 25. No working appearance of 39D minus. And we got our opening tonight, 660 plus. Nice. Tonight, the destination is X, and it's going to be a tough night for Impact. Will House of Cornet keep their titles? And if so, will the Levers World Champion too? And hold the monopoly? And not only that, Sting, Pillman, Jerry, Sting, and Brian Pillman, Jerry and Truly Blanchard. This is wrestling, but not if you've seen it before. This is Impact Wrestling. This is Destination X, and it's live. And we cut to the arena. And we see a special set where the Destination X name is across the stage, and it's hanging above, and then the X is where you walk in. It's in the middle as the entrance, and then there's screens on either side of that X, and then Private go off, and then we see Jim and Jesse sitting ringside, and they go, "Welcome to Destination X tonight. There is a lot on the line, as the House of Cornet could hold every championship tonight. Not only that, we've got Arn Anderson and LA Park and Sting vs. Brian Pillman in the semi-main event. And he goes, this place is packed full tonight, and we prove once again why we're doing what we do. We're doing the best to bring you the best action, and not happy about House of Cornet. Belt next with the TV title match. Over to you, Tony. Over to you." So 660 plus, and we open up with that match. In a battle at decent wrestling, but it'll heat Kyle Karma defeat Chris Benoit in 9:58 by pinfall the top rope splash. Kyle Karma makes event number 3 of the Impact Television title. Benoit 56, Kyle Karma 32. No work appearance 54C minus. In a battle at decent wrestling, but in number cheat, the Steiner Brothers defeated Superflies in 8:12 and Scott Steiner defeated Jimmy Ocean by pinfall the Steiner device. Scott Steiner 52, Rick Steiner 47, Jimmy Ocean 34, Ricky Knight 36. Rick Steiner in performance and Ricky Knight in Rumble at 48D+. In above our great decent wrestling and to dinner have achieved the Great Muta defeat Eddie Guerrero in 9:41 by pinfall the Moonsault. The Great Muta 63, Eddie Guerrero 53. Eddie Guerrero in Technol at 65C. In above our decent wrestling but a much winning combination defeat Al Snow in 8:27 and Bob Holly defeat Al Snow by pinfall the Flying Leg Drop. Al Snow 49, Bob Holly 49, Jeff Jarrett 52. No work appearance. Juice for the Liger was out and injured for 20 days. In a decent match, John Tent defeated Rikai Kush in 14:46 by pinfall the Earthquake Splash. He makes it event number 3 of his Impact title, Intercontinental. Ricky Kaikushi 63, John Tent 46, John Tent in Technol of 60C. Not bad. In above a decent wrestling with a Majute Road Brookside, Norman Smiley and Al Phantasma defeat Tornado Archangel and Owen Hart in 7:58 when Al Phantasma defeat Tornado by pinfall. Al Phantasma 50, Norman Smiley 38, Robbie Brookside 40, Owen Hart 63, Archangel 41 and Tornado 44. No work appearance 56C minus. Not bad. In a decent match, Doink the Clown defeat Vader in 9:58 by pinfall with a fast roll-up. Doink the Clown 44, Vader 61, Vader in performance and Doink the Clown in performance of 60-58C minus. That won't be the first time you'll see that tonight. It'll happen again later on. In a decent match, Nightmare Lords defeat the Killer Bees in 15:33. When Taruk defeat Brian Bear by pinfall, the Nightmare Lords make defense number 10 of their Impact World Tag Team titles. Jim Burnzo in ring performance is 56-47 for Brian Blair. Tarocco 52, Damien 666-50. Damien 666 in performance and Jim Burnzo in performance of 56C minus. Beautiful. In above our decent wrestling below heat, Danny Collins, Dave Finley, Dr. Wagner and Conan defeats Sanjay Takanara, Taz, Sabu and Al Panther in 9:56 when Dr. Wagner defeated Al Panther by pinfall the Death Valley Driver. Al Panther 39, Sabu 55, Taz 42, Sanjay Takanara 40, Conan 46, Dr. Wagner 54, Dave Finley 46, Danny Collins 51. Conan in Techno and performance of 54C minus. In a decent match, The Undertaker defeated David Boy Smith in 14:33 by pinfall the Tombstone. David Boy Smith 65, Undertaker 49, no work appearance of 65C. In a decent match, LA Park defeated Alan Anderson in 10:20 by pinfall the Fast Roll-Up. 53C minus, LA Park 42, Alan Anderson 74. LA Park improved in performance. I did this on purpose. I've done it twice tonight on the reasons bounds of I need to advance the story for next week's episode and I need to keep the stories going for lockdown. So all of it will make sense. Both of them will have a similar. reason. In a decent match, the Rock and Roll Express defeated Young Stallions, Acid Burn and Nasty Boys. In 10 and 9, the order elimination was Acid Burn first, then the Nasty Boys and the Young Stallions. Jim Powers 47, Paul Ramon 49, Tessia Kawada 62, Shane Douglas 52, Robert Gibson 55, Ricky Morton 59, Jerry Saggs 43 and Brian Nobbs 49. Brian Nobbs in Rumble was 60C. In a decent match, Kenta Kobashi and Black Warrior defeated Jim Nadine Hart and Sid Vicious. In 808, when Black Warrior defeated Jim Nadine Hart by pin for the low blow. Jim Nadine Hart was head and shoulders run outs, and Sid Vicious the weakness to some reforms. Black Warrior 50, Kenta Kobashi 58, Sid Vicious 36, Jim Nadine Hart 70. Black Warrior in performance. So it actually was not meant to go that way. It's meant to be these two win, but anyway, 62C, can't complain. In a Barra Good Wrestling and decent card, Lex Luger defeated Tiger Mask in 801 by pinfall. Tiger Mask 60, Lex Luger 65, no work improvements at 70C+. In a Barra decent wrestling and cheat, the Demon defeated Blue Demon Jr. in 1456 by pin for the Sky Twist Press. The Demon makes defense number 9 of his Impact X Division title. Blue Demon Jr. 45, the Demon 52, no work improvements, 56C-, not a bad match. In a Barra Great Wrestling and Good Heat, Ted DiBiase defeated Scott Hall in 1447 by pinfall. Scott Hall 65, Ted DiBiase 75, no work improvements, 74B-. In an exceptional match, Jerry Lawler defeated Chili Blanchard in a 1v1 Falls Count Anywhere match in 1529 by pinfall the pile driver. Chili Blanchard 73, Jerry Lawler 78, and Chili Blanchard improving in performance, an 82B+, I cannot complain with that. In an exceptional match, Masahiro Chono defeated Sergeant Slaughter in 1511 by pinfall. Masahiro Chono 74, Sergeant Slaughter 72. No work improvements at 76B-. Next up is Brian Pillman taking on the Stinger. In about that good wrestling and a decent match crowd, Brian Pillman defeated Sting in 1936 by pin for the jumping thrusting lariat. Brian Pillman 65, Sting 58, no work improvements 69C+. Next up is Bret Hart taking on Shawn Michaels in the main event, and it gets a 78B, which is nice. In a battle at Superb Wrestling Great Heat, Shawn Michaels defeated Bret Hart by pin with the Sweet Chin Music. Shawn Michaels is your Impact World Heavyweight Champion. The House of Cornet now hold the monopoly. Bret Hart's picture changed on its own. I don't do that. It does it to me all the time in WWF and a few other places. I've realised the pictures change. Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart pretty good chemistry lifted the match. Shawn Michaels 76, Bret Hart 77. No work for a 78B. We're going to end Destination X with a 78B rating, which gives us a 77B. What a show, my friends. What a show. Now, if you go by anything, Chili Blanchard and Jerry Lawler should be the main event match because they did the best match of the night, and probably next month they probably will do to... I am thinking about doing that next month at Hard Justice because the plan is that, you know, Jesse Ventura is not going to put these guys in the main, you know, Shawn Michaels into the main event just because he's world champion because he feels that he doesn't deserve the title. I'm going to give it to Shawn Michaels. Right, make speech. Thank you. Jerry Lawler's very pleased, so was he. So does Shawn Michaels. And we'll see you guys live next time in episode number... What episode number will be next time? This is episode 7. So it'll be episode number 7, 6, 8. This is episode what? Number 7. Yeah, it'll be episode 8. So I'll see you guys in episode 8 when we'll continue this as we head towards lockdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow for WWF 1985 and Monday Night Raw. Don't forget to enjoy Bad Blood, which will be going out with this after this. So enjoy Bad Blood by SmackDown because it's a great show. And I'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Raw and WWF 1985. And then, of course, on Tuesday we've got SmackDown. So I'll see you guys for that all again real soon.